Welcome to Module 4, Research Design and Guiding Research. This section is called 4.1, Who Decides What is Researched? If you're going through the training independently, make sure to open up the training guide link for Module 4.1. In this section, we're going to talk about how research priorities are chosen and how you, yes you, can help us guide what gets studied. You've already learned about the scientific method using the phrase, "only a happy parrot talks regularly." Let's quickly review what that means. O is for observe, A is for ask, H is for hypothesize, P is for predict, T is for test, and R is for repeat. This framework helps guide how we explore questions and learn from the world around us. In Module 3, we talked about research ethics. We learned that ethical research is guided by 3 key principles from the Belmont Report: respect for persons, making sure people understand the research and choose freely whether to join; beneficence, doing good and avoiding harm; justice, making sure the people who participate in research also benefit from it. We also learned how community members like you help ensure research is done in a way that is ethical, safe, and meaningful. For our final module, you will learn more about shaping research priorities and conducting research alongside research teams. Most ideas can be turned into a research question. However, research takes time and money. Research also helps us make important decisions, and some decisions are needed more quickly than other decisions. So people have to make decisions about what research is most needed with the limited time and money available. So you might be asking, well then, who decides what research questions to prioritize? Funding agencies set their own priorities of what they care about, and then researchers apply for funding that the funder cares about. This includes places like the National Institutes of Health and nonprofit foundations. Researchers decide what they care about and the research they want to do. And just like research ethics, community members can give input when they are asked, but they can also come together to decide on priorities before someone decides to ask. Thinking about your role as a community board, you might be wondering, how can we come together to decide on research priorities? We are so glad you asked. There are many different ways to make decisions. We are going to share the steps to one approach that assumes a group already has a general idea of the thing they care about. For example, for the purpose of this training, we are assuming we all care about improving services for parents with substance use disorders. Here are some possible steps. Step 1. Each person thinks about things that they want to know more about, based on their observations of the world and the things that they have noticed. Step 2. Each person shares their ideas. For example, a group could agree to write down their responses and share them with someone to put them all in one list. Or a group could agree to verbally share or share in a chat box, and someone could take notes. Step 3. Decide whether there is a logical way to sort the ideas into topics or groups to make the list feel clearer or just less overwhelming. Confirm that the list sorted by topic looks good within the group. Step 4. Decide whether to highlight any specific topic as a high priority. Remove any topics that might seem less important than others, or just leave the list as it is. The group should also agree on the process for making this decision, so that everyone feels that they have an equitable say in the decision making. Step 5. Decide whether the list seems complete. whether anyone else should be invited to add to the list, and how to share the priorities with others. For example, the group might decide that they need to use research to ask more parents with substance use disorders about the topics they care about. What is something you wish researchers would study more? What do you feel is something that needs to be studied right now? And if you were leading a group, how would you decide what topics to include in a future research study? Please pause the video while you record your responses. If you are following along independently in your Module 4.1 training guide link, make sure to use the guide to record your answer. You just finished all of Module 4.1 on who decides what is being researched. If you are following along independently, make sure that when you complete the questions in Module 4.1 that you let your coordinator know that you are finished.